Alright everyone, thank you for returning. I'm going to do another video, but first before we move on to the next section, I'll kind of explain what happened since the last video. I have been very busy doing homework, so I do apologize for the not very consistent videos, but we defeated the wolves in this scenario, and we got our lore points are like XP, but we've taken a lot of damage, and so before we transition to the next part of the story, we're going to rest now because we're just dangerously low in all aspects. And so before we do that, when we do this, every person is going to get 4 power points and 4 health points back. So that makes Friar Tuck at 6. And I'm using this sticky pad to keep track so that I don't have to jump around from side to side of the table. Senior Belmont will have 5. Bob will have 5 because that's his max. Tuck only has 5 max, but what he can do is, instead of, if I waited before I rested, let's say he decides because he can use his purification anytime, let's say he does that once, and he's going to give Bob 4 hit points back because he's down to 8, so that makes him 12. Now let's say I rested, because then he would have 5 again. And then every person's going to receive 4 health. And then we have to roll to see if there's a skirmish. So on a 1, 2, or 3, there's a skirmish. So there's no skirmish. And so then Bob will go ahead and use another power point to bring Bob back up 4 more points. That way he has 20 because he really took a lot of damage. Okay. My wife works a lot of hours and works on days normally that I don't. And when she gets home, she's really tired, so she hasn't been in the mood to play this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue playthrough, but when I play with her, we won't do any videos. And then what I'm going to do with her character for you guys is I'm going to let you decide. And so there's going to be a few days, maybe even a week in between sessions. And I'm going to have you guys choose what you want Bob, the Avenging Madman, to do next. And see how that goes. And so let's jump back into the story and get started. It says, after the wolves are dealt with, the farmer tells you beyond is the path that will take you to an old burial ground. Mausoleum there houses a long forgotten entrance into the caves of Nurian's Hollow. That is where the priest went. He agreed to show you his shortcut and offers to join you. The leader gains the farmer companion. So that would have been the Avenging Madman. Companions provide bonus to a character during the adventure. Each character has 2 companion slots, allowing them to have up to 2 companions at any one time. Companions still have a character until they are lost by an event. Certain negative status, death, etc. A companion card may be discarded at any time, but never traded with another character. You may block an attack against you or one source of damage, such as a snare, by discarding a companion. All companion cards are unique, so if you are prompted to gain a companion that is already in play, you instead receive 15 points. Into the Hollow. The path leads into the old burial ground. You see the mausoleum that holds the forgotten entrance into Nurian's Hollow. An open grave is to your left. You make your way toward the door for the crypt, hoping to quickly find the entrance into the caves you were told about. So the primary goals here: move characters into the exit zone, complete map skill check number 2 in order to continue the story by skipping to chapter 2. On page 8, see the intention dialog box. So map skill check 2 is a trickery 7. Any character during their turn. Can you unlock the entrance to the mausoleum? Success. You are able to unlock the door, remove it from the map. Failure, you hurt your hand while attempting to unlock it, lose 2 Vita. You may try again on your next turn. And the optional goals is Investigate all search locations. Performing a search, roll a d10 and tells you what happens on the rolls. And investigate the open grave by performing this skill check. Map skill check 1. Awareness 6. Any one character. Do you notice anything usual about the graves? Do you notice anything unusual about the graves? Success, read. Failure, read. Alright. Map setup. Use symmetry tile. So that's cool. We didn't have to do any more traveling. Since we're transitioning to this map, the leader token gets flipped to Senor Belmont. Alright, so let us begin. Simon Belmont will go first. He's going to go over to 1. His stride is 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and he's going to search this location. I'll just use this dot. 1. So he's going to lose 4 Vita. Wolf. And then the priest, come over here. He will do an awareness check, and since this is his first search, we got this token earlier here. I just put that on his sheet earlier to give him +1 to any search. So since he's investigating that, we're going to use that right now. So we got 11. And it's a success. Read page 34 on page, or moment 34 on page 47. Inside you see a half desiccated corpse whose stomach has been removed and viciously chewed upon. There is a glint of something within the gore. You reach inside, trying not to vomit in disgust. Your hand touches something round and hard. Pulling it carefully out, you discover a pearl ring. Through dry blood, you can see a delicate scrollwork pattern with a detailed filigree. You feel a compulsion to put it on your finger. You cannot resist. Gain the red story marker. And then the Vending Madman. Go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then back to the top. This would have been discarded. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and attempt to search that location. And he got a 9. On a 9, he finds an item. Pure salt. And he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And he's going to go 1, 2, 3. And he's going to attempt to open this door using trickery 7. He does not have any trickery, so he's going to take a very, very lucky roll here. Getting a 7, 8, or 9. You got a 2. You hurt your hand, and you lose 2 Vita. Alright then. We are going back around. So, Senor Belmont is going to attempt to open this door, and he has trickery +1. So he hurt his hand too. He's down to 14. And then he can't get any closer because the other guys are in front of the door. And so he will let his turn go, saving his power points, and then Avenging Madman will attempt again. 4. Hurt his hand. And then back to the top. Senor Belmont. This is not looking very good. And then Friar Tuck will just wait. And then Avenging Madman. And a 6. Not enough. Still hurt his hand. Senor Belmont. Skip Friar Tuck. Avenging Madman. And then back to Senor Belmont. Fail. Friar Tuck just stand there. Senor Madman. Got a 10. And he'll move on to this area. And then back around. Everyone will move into the exit zone. Alright. Your skin crawls as you feel tension stirring in the air. Dead are restless today. At the end of your round on this map, the leader must roll a d10. So 1 through 3 encounter, 4 through 0 nothing happens. Characters have a stride. Characters have a -1 stride on the map. So I gotta roll. Got 2, so we have to encounter 3 decaying dead. That's a -5 on might. So 3-player can start at 16. And so it doesn't say where to place them. So automatically it makes sense to place them in graves. Let's say this one's the top left and bottom. And so Senor Belmont goes first, and he has a stride of 3 now, so he's going to go 1, 2, and he has reach. And so he is going to and so Senor Belmont is going to attack the skeleton. He gets a +3 plus he just gets a +3. He got a 79 plus 3, 82, and needed a defense of 38, and so that's a hit. And he is going to use his Crack the Whip. 12 power point once per round. So he's going to go down to 4, so he's going to attack with 2d4. 2d4 plus plus 1. So it's hitting for 5. And so that is the left one. And so he's going to go down to 11 on that one. And then Friar Tuck will come down here. And see if he has any special abilities against undead. Okay, right here. Blessing of the Cursed. Active. It's a ranged. Inflict 1d6 damage to any one demonic, spirit, or undead creature. Active. So from where he's at, you can attack him. Actually, restart that. We have to see who goes first. And so let's say the white is for the human, and then the red is for the enemies. Okay, the enemies go last. So then Simon Belmont would have went there, used his Crack the Whip, and done the 5 points of damage. So I'm glad I remembered that, because I don't want to do out of turn. And then he would come here and attack with his weapon. So his attack is going to be 25 plus 4 plus 5, so plus 9, so it'd be 34. Still not enough, but then he can use 1 power point. And use his Blessing of the Cross and inflict 1d6 damage. So he's doing 4. So it's going to go down to 7. And then the Avenging Madman is going to come after this guy over here. And he's going to attack. He looks like he gets a plus 5 might. Plus 5 might. So plus 10. So he got a 50. And that's enough to hit. And so it's going to be a d4 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3. A d4 plus 3. Doing 5 points of damage. Now the skeletons will go, or the decaying dead will go. And so starting with the top one, he's next to his target, and so he will go ahead and try to attack the Avenging Madman. And the Avenging Madman has a defense of 39 plus 5, so 44. And that was a miss. And then this one will go after Friar Tuck. And he's got a defense of 36 plus 4, so 40. And he got a 14. It's not enough. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. So he's going to go after Friar Tuck as well. And he's going to get a 40 or higher. And he got a 38. So that's a no-go. So thankfully that happened. And then back to the top. Senor Belmont. I forgot, Senor Belmont is second. So when I attacked before, when I did damage, I should have rolled twice and took the lesser of the 2. And he rolled 2 2s. So then that would have been a 1-1 plus the 1, so it would have been 3. So he would only take 3. So he goes back up 2. So he goes 9. He's at 9. And then Senor Belmont's going to attack this one. He needs a 38. So he gets a plus 3. And he got a 22. No good. Let's see here. But he will just stay there because he hasn't reached, so there's no sense of him getting closer. And Friar Tuck will attack this one again. He got a 10 plus 5 is plus the 9 is not enough. But he will he'll go ahead and use the blessing again of the cross. He'll go down to 2. And so he will use 1d6 against. He's got a 6, so then that skeleton goes down to 3. And then he will use his one more power point to do his healing purification on Bob. Bob will go back up to 16. And the Avenging Madman will attack that skeleton over there. Hopefully he gets a much better roll than everyone else has gotten. So 59 plus all his mites. So that's a hit. So he's going to do 1d4 plus 3. So he's doing 5 points of damage. And so he's going to go down to 6 on that one. Alright, then the skeletons are going to go. The skeleton's going to attack the Avenging Madman. 14, not enough. This skeleton here is going to attack Friar Tuck. 41. I think they only needed a 40. Yeah, so he needed a 40, so it hits. So what's going to happen now is they're going to roll the attack die. And they got a 10. Or not the attack die, the power die. So it says 1 through 9, rip and tear. The decaying dead rips at you with its jagged fingers, causing 1d4 plus 1 damage. It says special power, if 2 or more decaying dead are adjacent to a character, that character cannot move. All characters and foes receive a negative 10 defense against spontaneous decomposition. Okay, so spontaneous decomposition, the decaying dead explodes in a shower of gore, causing all adjacent characters to lose 1d10 vita. Remove the decaying dead from the map. So this one's going to explode. He's going to, I'm assuming I should have rolled this with this. That's what I should have done. And if I would have got the 10 and then plus the roll, that would have made it so they took a negative attack. And so it was a 40, 50. So this one's going to be affected by the attack as well. And so he's going to do 1d10 damage to him and to him. So 3 damage to him and 3 damage to him. And he's going to be dead. He's off the map. He exploded. And Friar Tuck takes 3 points of damage. Alright. And then now, back to the top. He will come over here and search the body. It's only on a 10 that we actually get something, so it was an 8 nothing. And then Friar Tuck will go 1, 2, 3, and he'll come over here and attack this decaying dead. He got an 87 plus his mites. So he's going to do 1d4 damage. So it's 3. 6. So he's on 3 now. The Avenging Madman is going to attack. So 40. And he did 38 plus his bonuses. And so that is a hit. Right? Yep. One thing I realized earlier is that before I did that Decaying Dead, I should have added in his -5 might, because the 41 minus 5 would not have been enough to hit the Exorcist. However, if I would have rolled the power die at the same time I rolled the attack, that would have been enough to bring down the Exorcist's defense and the other Decaying Dead's defense. So it still would have went through. And so he's going to get a +3 to a D4, and a 7. He is gone, and the encounter, I believe, is over. We got to move back to the exit zone, and then we go. And chapter 2 begins. And we'll go ahead and roll for the skirmish table. So we're going to roll a D10. And on a 3, we get a bat swarm. It doesn't say that it's maxed out, so we got to roll for its power. And we got a 3 player, so roll a D6, and we got 5. And so it is 5. So it gets a +1 damage. And we're on dusk still, so there's no bonus to might. And we'll deal with this, and then we'll just wait to the next section. But we are currently in chapter 2. So what that means, that gets discarded. We have to draw a new one of these before we begin. Market panic. Suppliers are low and in high demand. All purchases are double the normal cost in town. Ugh. Are there anything good that's going to happen? Alright, so we're going to figure out who's all going to attack and who's going to defend. Let's say everyone's going to attack just because we want to get rid of these guys. Okay? And the creatures go. And so they're going to make one attack against everyone. That's one is going to attack everyone. 81. So that is a hit. Let's see here. Skirmish powers. Lose 1d4 Vita if the total attack roll of the bat swarm is 85 plus, which it was not, thankfully. You received -10 might during your next turn due to being blind by the bats. And so it's going to do 1d4 plus 1 damage. So it's doing 3 points of damage to everyone. Everyone's going to go. No one's blinded, thankfully. Make sure that's chapter 2. Okay. The difficulty didn't change on this chapter. Alright, so then starting with... It's hard to say because they haven't transitioned to any map, so I'm assuming that the leader token still stays. So he's going to go first. He's going to attack. He's got a +3 to might, and they need a 37. And he got a 19. Way to go. Alright. Okay, and then so Exorcist will go. Friar Tuck, that is. He got a 23 plus 9. Not enough. And then the Avenging Madman got a 93. And so he's going to do 1 damage. And then back to the top. Everyone's going to decide if they're going to attack or defend. The Avenging Madman is going to decide to defend. Because he's only got... sorry, no. He's going to attack. It's Friar Tuck is going to defend because he's only got 10 life left. So the bats will attack. 48, and that is enough to hit everyone. So I'm going to lose 1d4 Vita, plus 1. So everyone loses 2. Well, hold on, he gets a plus 10. That was a 48, and so he needs a 50, so the only person that's not going to get damage is the Exorcist. Everyone else is going to lose 2 points. Alright, so then starting with the Senor Belmont, he needs to roll a 37 or higher. He got a 48, so that's going to do 1 damage. Friar Tuck has to roll a 47 because he gets minus 10 might. And he got a 34, so that'd be a 24 plus 9. Not enough. And then the Avenging Madman. He got a 2. Yikes. Let's see here. I guess everyone will try to attack to try to get rid of these guys this turn. But first, Friar Tuck's going to use his last power point to heal himself, because no one, well, these guys are adjacent, so I guess it doesn't really matter. Because you have to be adjacent to use purification. So before, when I healed the Avenging Madman, he was not adjacent to him, so I should not have done that. But I'll remember next time. So he's going to heal himself 4. So everyone chooses to attack. I just healed Friar Tuck 4, and so now the monsters are going to attack. They got a 93, and it says that if it's over 85, receive a negative 10 might to your next turn. So everyone's going to take 4 damage because there's no other bonuses because we've knocked them down that much. So everyone's going to take 4, so good thing I healed Friar Tuck. So he's going to go down to 10, Senor Belmont's going to go down to 8, and then Avenging Madman's going to go down to 7. This is just, they're kicking my butt, man. Ugh. So then Senor Belmont needs to get a 47, 28, not enough. Friar Tuck, he got a 72 plus his bonuses, so that's going to go down 1. Okay, and then the Avenging Madman needs to get a 37 plus. And he got an 83. So, and so there we have it. They're down to 1 damage now. Everyone's going to choose to defend. Well, not everyone. Well, I'd say everyone's going to try to attack. Because we want to get rid of these bat swarms. And the bat swarms are going to attack the people. They got a 1. Devastating Fault. Reduce the skirmish counter by 1. So they died. They killed themselves. They went to an inn for attack and they ended up attacking each other because they're blind as a bat. Wah, wah, wah. So that part is over. So what happens next? Into the darkness. You pass through the doors of the mausoleum to discover that the back of the wall has crumbled, exposing an entrance to the caverns under Anarian's Hollow. It is dark and smells of decayed meat. Your senses tell you to run, but your bravery edges you through the hole in the wall. So story skill check 4. Everyone has to roll a nerve 4. And a nerve 4. So let's say Senor Belmont's going to roll a 4 or higher. Got a 9. Friar Tuck got an 8. And the Avenging Madman got an 8. Alright. And so this is the start of the story for the start of chapter 2, and we're getting close to the end here. So I think it'd be a good time to rest. And so we're going to rest. Friar Tuck's going to get 4 points back to his power points. 4 health back. Belmont going to go back up to 5, but he has a Mystic, so it gives him a +1 point to his power point, so he's going to go up to 6. And then Bob's going to go, he's still at 5. He hasn't used any. But they're all going to go up 4 points. So 12, 11. Not doing very well to start chapter 2. I'll tell you what. So I need 2 Night Stalkers, probably to symbolize the crumbling wall. And then starting zone here. The leader token would pass to Friar Tuck, and we'll stop there. And on the next turn, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say the next 2 turns. I want you guys to choose what Bob does next, which is the Avenging Madman. I'll put that in the comments below. And so, like, move and attack, and then try to anticipate maybe what might happen next. I know it's going to be kind of hard. But then say if you want to attack again or run away. His powers are environmental slaughter, avenging madman. When adjacent corporal foe dies, tear a limb from its body and slam it into an enemy up to 2 spaces away, dealing 1d6 damage. And then the avenging madman, if he takes damage, he can use his Fierce and ignore 1d4 damage from an attack usable during a skirmish. He also has a shield that provides +5 defense. And it says that you can exhaust for the encounter to make a foe reroll an attack against you. Before I forget again, each player is going to get 10 lore for each one of the Decaying Dead, and 2 coins for each one of the Decaying Dead. So they're each going to get 30 lore for that encounter and 6 coins. And then for the skirmish, they're each going to get 4 coins. So, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Hope you are enjoying these videos. Again, I'm sorry it takes so long. But here we are. Thanks again. See you next time.